very inspired by rhythm. I love good drumming, and we have a very natural tendency to sort of respond to each other that makes things happen in real time, very easily, without a lot of conversation, without any conversation.
You know, David's like a brother, but I'm also a fan of his music. He played on a Living Color recording with us. I played on some of his projects, and it starts out with just being fans or being interested in someone's music, and then you have a project and you invite someone over and say, hey man, can you play keyboard on this, can you play drum? It starts there, I think. You leave that session with the idea of maybe I can do something a little bit deeper or more thought out or planned out with this artist. But something happens. It's like a spiritual thing. You need something, like you hear a note in your head that goes off and you realize there's more to it than this session or this piano part or this drum part. That's the beginning process. Without saying it, we both wanted to go a little bit further, and we wanted to even open up the space even a bit more and have different options to bring other instruments to the table. And even with our own ideas, how far do we want to go with our own ideas? So it started with the trading of sessions and recordings. So now we're looking at it down the line a couple of years. And I think we're giving it our best shot, in my opinion. I think we've been through enough things in our careers where we really have a pretty good, I would say, stock of information and experiences to create something special with this project.
How do you describe what really can't be described? Because we're not trying to get anywhere, we're just being what we are. And being what we are takes a different appearance. Blink of an eye, you know? What we are on Monday at 2 in the afternoon is different Thursday at 9 o'clock at night. It's that free. It's that free and that open, and we don't need to define it. You know, it doesn't need a one-word explanation.
There's some humor in there. I think
there's a lot of humor. There's a lot of humor because the vibe when we're working, and actually we're working on it together. And when we're on stage, the whole process, sound checks are fun. Getting there to the gig is fun. After the gig is fun.
So we have somewhat of an idea and layout on what we're gonna do on stage. And sometimes we look at each other like, I don't know, you say it. And they look at me like, I don't know, you say it. Or I'm gonna say this, say something different. If I had to give you a spice or spices, it would really just be the openness of the project. You know, we season it with, sometimes with humor or space, or changing a tempo on something a little bit, or playing softer or louder. So the actual spice is David and I.
Whoa, woe is we, such a strange society.
It's not a secret anymore, really. Fearlessness to approaching music, because that to me is when you begin to move the dial. It's a little nudge, it's a little edge. I'm not used to hearing that, or what is that? For me, that's the beginning of something fresh happening.
I think inventiveness is a side effect of familiarity with not knowing what's happening. A mystery happens. A mystery happens and you become an instrument for a mystery of creation. Keith Jarrett once said something really beautiful. He goes like, music comes through people and it sounds like it sounds because that individual, that instrument is hooked up in a certain way. It has a certain mind, it has a certain heart. But the actual transaction is completely mysterious. I can't explain it. I wouldn't. And the beauty of it is, guess what? Don't need to explain it for it to happen. No, I ain't got no theory. That's the most exciting thing for me is like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I don't need to. Don't need to understand it intellectually. You don't need to have a textbook explanation provable. You know, it's like we're tightrope walking, but you know, I am the tightrope. You listen back to this stuff when we're playing sometimes, it's like, never did that before.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm looking at David and I, and we're in space.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of out there. But when you're doing it, you're smiling and you're having a great time. So you have to have some free airspace in your spirit to allow the sparks to happen and let the fire, let the emotion create something. What I see happening next for Open Secret is some recordings down the line, some international touring, some national touring. So I'm looking forward to developing of this concept.
This is a unique presentation. It's not coming off the orange trees here. You're not going to find 5 other things like what we're doing. So I want it to live long and prosper. That's what I want for this project. So, and we're very much about, we have all the tools to make that happen. So here we go.
One more time, come on, let's hear it.